Hi again, YouTube. I want to talk about a little bit gay family values, mainly, or my gay family values. I am a young gay man. I'm 26 years old, and I've always pictured myself as a husband and father. A husband and father, I feel, are the greatest two things that a person can be, that a man can be, and I've always wanted that. That's the one thing that I've always wanted. It is as basic to me as breathing. I want it intensely, and I want it with my boyfriend. We've been together 4 years, and within the next maybe year or two, I'd like us to move in together, and I want to start building something together. And for me, when I hear a lot of right wingers say that you gay people should not be able to adopt, I think about Westboro Baptist and those people who are quote indoctrinating their children to believe that I should not be able to have a family because they don't believe I should. And then they decry quote indoctrination when we pass laws like California's SB 48, which will teach the contributions of gay and lesbian individuals to history. And when we pass laws that are helpful to gay and lesbian people, I don't think it is not limiting your freedom when others are enjoying the same freedoms that you have. But simply the only thing that it does is it erases, or at least it strikes an eraser at a superiority thing. Now, my family values have been simply, my family, I love to see them, I love to hang out with them, I love being around them. Now, I understand that all relationships carry a proper distance, and that is including family members and friends, and that is what a good relationship stands on. Every relationship stands on a respectable distance, but an appropriate closeness. So those two things work together. Simply, I feel that it is a conservative value, as many will say, to get married and to have children and to raise children. When the recent rigorous study was done by NOM, it was founded and it was funded and everything by NOM, which stated that LGBT parents and their children live in poverty. And the problem is, okay, let's say that that's true. Let's say that is. We have a disparity in laws with LGBT individuals that NOM pushes for. So therefore, they're taking the traditional Republican approach of complaining about something and then doing everything they can to break it, and then after it's broken, they complain about how much more broken it is after they pass such laws. Such laws, let's say Proposition 5 in Alaska, they did not exactly campaign, but they were probably involved with the Baptist church that led the opponents of Prop 5 to reject it. And of course, there's always dirty tricks that are being played, such as NOM said that you could vote register and vote the same day. That is not true in Alaska. It is true in Maine and Minnesota, but it is not true in Alaska. And there are so many other dirty tricks that they pull. But let me get back to the point. It is a family value to get married and raise children. It is a family value to have a strong, cohesive family unit. Whether they be two men or two women, or a man and a woman, I feel that that our children deserve more than a gender from us. If the only thing that was necessary for good parenting is being a man and a woman, then we would never have foster care or adoption in the first place. We would not have any of those systems for when things happen in a family that unfortunately break them up. When people adopt, that is a forever family. In fact, I had a discussion with a friend of mine who said that if I were to adopt, that would not be my child. And I said, Once those papers are signed, once that judge bangs that gavel, they are my forever family. And in ancient Greece, you could not disown or disinherit an adopted child. That is your forever family. So simply put, I know that my family values are strong. I love spending time with people. In fact, I feel that that's my primary love language. There are five, which are simply this: quality time, gifts, words of affirmation, and touch. And there's another one, acts of service. And simply, the primary love languages are simply the one thing that you connect with love. Simply quality time. I usually base how much someone loves me by spending time with me. And all of those five, in fact, do make up a proper and healthy relationship. But many people speak one primary language, and the four kind of fall in line. But again, time is what shows someone's love for you, because if you don't care for that relationship, time will not be invested. Now, I'm going to jump a track a little bit here and kind of get back on track with it. But the five primary love languages, there is a book for it, and you should really read it because it's very enlightening, and it can help you understand other people and how they feel with you. In different settings, you may have one primary love language in a relationship and another one at work. But let me jump off of that. So simply, gay and family do not clash. A lot of people have worked so hard to make sure that they do simply by their own twisted logic. I have a family. I have family and friends. I have really good friends that I consider family who are not biological or adopted on paper, but they're adopted in my heart, because even when a family is not determined only by blood, during the AIDS crisis, there were many individuals whose actual families had disowned them and were not at their funerals after they passed of HIV/AIDS. So their family was really there, the family that really knew them, the family that really loved them. And family is where love is. The bond of love is strong. And where that bond of love is, there is a family. People may disagree with me. They may say no matter what, two men can't be a family, two women can't be a family. That's a lie. That child that you bring into that relationship will always know you as their parents. No matter what, they will, even when a stepdad steps in when a kid is very young and grows up being that child's father. I know two men who are stepfathers, and no matter what, their children call him dad because he has been there. Again, there's that time that has been invested in that relationship, and therefore that is their family, regardless of whether or not they came from their loins. And many times Father's Day just passed, and I think about being a father and those paternal longings that I have, but of course in the right time. And thankfully I can have that where I can do something at a proper time, or actually I'll have to plan for it. In other words, I'll have to plan for it. Daryl and I can't have an accident one day and all of a sudden he's pregnant. So even though that would be great, but yet there would be a whole thing around that too. But what are your thoughts? What do you think about family? What's family to you? How do you define family? And how do you feel about it when anti-gay groups say that no matter what, you are not a family because of simply it is headed by same-sex parents? Thank you, YouTube. Have a great day.